So welcome, and the topic of our training today is about planning for the next year and setting, clear goals. Because when we look at planning, we always think about, okay, what do I want to do? What are some of the things that I like to do that are different, or maybe continue, or something that I have stopped and I want to start again. But then with that planning, also go the reason why you want to plan, and the reason why you want to execute that plan. So what it has helped me throughout many years is the fact that behind every plan that I set, every goal, there's a monetary why, and there's also an emotional why. So you want to be able to connect with both. Why with both? Because your monetary why is going to create an income around the activities that you do for your business, in life. Lenora has her own business, so you also be able to set your own goals around what you do, your hair care business, at the salon. But you're also going to incorporate some of those goals attached to your Avon business. So I would like to give you some ideas on how you're going to be able to prepare for what's coming. 2021 is right around the corner, and I know a lot of people wait until it's right there to plan the year. I suggest that you start planning now, and that you carry on through that planning, in the month of January, but that you know exactly what it is that you want to do and what you want to accomplish for 2021 as a long term. You can also plan your goals more than a year. But I make my calendar, I make it also my journal. So it's important that you work with your calendar, with your journal, as if it's something that's attached to you. I actually lost this journal in one of the Avon conferences one year, and someone returned it by actually calling my number. So what I do, I write down, this journal belongs to me, okay? And I have it on my new one also. Because they're easy to leave behind. So see, I have my name, my phone number, and my email address at the beginning of the journal. And then I start planning with this one that I had last year. I'm putting my new goals on this one, or carrying my goals to the new one. So I like to think about goals not only for the whole year or for many years. I actually like to program what it is that I want to do for that week and visualize that week. So I set weekly goals, and I know that is hard, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to set your weekly goals so that you're able to consistently have a non-stop planning year. So my weekly goals had to do with placing my order, and then I write them here. I actually write them here, and I also plan my month. So little things like placing your order. When is your order coming in? How much are you going to sell that week? If you're going to break it down by day, how many people are you going to contact daily? Insignificant goals that are going to keep you moving. Because you might think, okay, today I'm going to contact, I want to contact 15 people this week. So you say, what kind of time do I have to contact these 15 people? But in reality, if you break down your goals into what it is that you want to do, as far as instead of 15 people in one day, you're going to contact at least one person this day. And you know what? If you were not able to contact the next day one person, then maybe you can contact two, or maybe you can achieve your goal sooner than what it is that you want to do. So I I write down here my personal goals. I also write down my work goals, my health goals. All that is connected to having a balance in my life, with business, with personal, with health. So I'm gonna give you some idea with personal goals. You tend to get distracted, and I realized that I haven't done any personal development training. My personal development training that I get is on YouTube. I listen to, motivators like Les Brown. I love Les Brown. And I see Lenora saying yes. What are some of your favorite personal development motivators?
Well, I do a variety. Sometimes I just go on YouTube and I pull up motivational speeches or motivational quotes or whatever. And whoever just catches my attention, have a title that resonates with me at the time, I usually just watch that. So it's a little bit of everything. Will Smith, Les Brown, Oprah Winfrey, just whoever happens to be on there. But Les Brown is one of the more common ones that I tend to listen to.
Yes, I can relate a lot to what Les Brown teaches, because one of the things that, and believe it or not, my all-time favorite quote is from Les Brown, and he says, most people disqualify themselves from the race of life before they even get started, because they see themselves as less as who they really are. Isn't that powerful? And then my other quote is, if you continue to do the same things that you're doing, you're always going to continue to get the same results.
Yeah.
So I live by those quotes. How about you?
Yes, I try to incorporate them. I think I'm working on, I'm choosing my words carefully. I am working on becoming what I know I need to be. And so I can pull up quotes, I can think about positive thinking and all of those type things to get me on the right track. Is embodying them, is internalizing them, and being consistent with them. That's what I'm working on right now in my life. So
I love it.
And I'm getting there. I'm better than I was last year. Much better than I was 5 years ago. But I know I do have a ways to go. So I'm getting there.
I love that. You know that I always compare myself to my last 5 years, and I always ask myself, how was how were your last 5 years? How was your last year? And that's exactly right. You know, there's always need for improvement, and I see that you have that vivid into your mind. Do you write these things down?
No.
Okay.
I have them all up here.
Okay.
Sometimes, and I have journaled consistently some years ago. I guess because life kind of gets in the way that I don't consistently write them down. But I do have like quotes and things on my walls. I do have things in front of me that I can see. But as far as writing them down and reflecting on them, in writing or typing, I don't do that consistently.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something I'm working on.
Very good. And having quotes around and being surrounded by positive messages, it does make a lot of difference. How about you, Donna?
Well, I know I really should, like, I haven't really started looking at or listening to any of the, like, those positive, like,
Personal development. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then basically what Lenora said about she thinks positive, like she thinks positive thinking. I do that too. Often when I'm just like, whether it be shopping or my head's always going, like I'm always thinking, and it just helps me to like try to prepare like for the next week or or what can I do today type thing. So
Very good.
if I think of any questions or any thoughts that might be good, I write them down. So
Very good. Yes, and it's good. It's good to have everything condensed in one place, because if you have little notes here and little notes there, then it tends to become unorganized, and at the end you tend to just put them aside and not really work on those. So I'm gonna show you what I do, and I like to do it once a week. Sometimes I do it daily. I take a few minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, an hour, to just sit down and program my week, where I write down things that I really want to accomplish, not only personal, but also for my work. So, for example, I did my personal development once a day. Then I want to learn about Google Analytics, because I had some difficulty setting up my Google Ads, so I need to go in there and learn it from YouTube. I just go on YouTube and learn about Google Analytics. I'm already doing my Wednesday trainings and Thursdays with Georgiana, but I want to incorporate a little more training to those days. So I wrote them down, and I want to start working on basket making. And one of the things that I like to do, this is part of my job, my business, increase team sales, increase leadership. So that's like a very broad, goal. So I like to break it down into what is it that I'm gonna do. So I want to increase team sales. So how am I going to do that? My goal is to contact at least 3 new people, or talk to 3 new people a day from the team, to reconnect with them and kind of give them training. But even if I just do one phone call a day to just connect with someone from the team, to train them and just create that connection, then that's part of the goal. But everything that you set to do, for example, your goal can be, I'm going to sell, in my first campaign, I want to sell my first $200, for example, right? So how are you going to sell those first $200? You're going to contact your warm list. You're going to send promotional tools, promotional codes to your customers by email. You're going to contact some of your friends on social media. Maybe you're going to be posting ads on your Facebook. So break it down to what it is that's going to get you to that ultimate goal, right? So let me ask you, what are some of the things that you want to accomplish for 2021? Can you hear me good?
Hear you.
Okay, let me see. Okay. How about now? You're muted. You're muted. Let me write it. You're muted, Donna. So, yeah, there you go. What are some of the things that you would like to accomplish in 2021? It could be, I don't know, a certain amount of money every 2 weeks. It could be that you would like to buy a car, a house, or a savings account. You want to buy something in particular, maybe go on vacation. And I'm here brainstorming about all these things, but you can do the same thing. If you want to really think of something that makes you excited, write it down and don't worry about how you're going to get there. So you want to have lists of things that you want to accomplish, things that sound good. How's that? And ask yourself a question. If money was no object, what would be some of the things that I like to do?
Okay, so yeah, this year, I would like to invest more into the stock market. That was one of my goals this year, was that I've been kind of lagging. I knew to do it. I knew I need to do it, but I just had to figure it all out. And so I did that this year. Yay, me. And so I got started. So now I want to kind of broaden my horizons with it and go deeper into it. That's one. Number two, of course, being a homeowner, you have house repairs. So I have a couple of things in mind that I would like to accomplish this year. And one of the main things I would like to accomplish is to grow both businesses. And as I mentioned to you before when we chatted, I want it to be organically. And so I've been doing a lot of positive thinking, a lot of aligning my thoughts with my actions and kind of stepping out there. And so I made one stride toward growing my salon, and that's been working already. And so it was my goal to start doing that in 2021, but it's already happening. So I'm really happy about that. And I think this, and I'm primarily focusing in on my clients as being my main customers with the Avon business, but I am going to branch out a little bit more on the social media side now that I've done the training with some of that, and I see how that can be done without feeling overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to tackle that. And also my last thing, there's a long list here, but my last thing is I want to consistently do self-care. And I want to do that through using Avon products. I want to consistently, I know this sounds very silly, but for me it's a big deal, is to do regular manicures and pedicures. Not myself, but it goes somewhere. It's done for me.
That's not silly. That's actually really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last 11 or 12 years have been a blur. And I was doing it consistently for a little while, but then life just happened and I just haven't gotten to it. So I just realized how that's kind of subconsciously kind of eating at me because I'm just not doing those things that I had been doing or wanted to do. And so I need to do that to make myself feel good, just feel okay, you know?
Very good. Now, let's take some of the things that you talked about, some of the goals. Now, you're going to write down all those things. And then you're going to put a value on each of those goals, like going out and getting your manicure and pedicure weekly, you know, taking care of yourself. How much is that going to be? And do a little mind game, because this actually worked so well for me, because you know, and I'm gonna go back to where I used to sell Avon many years ago, and I had a full-time job. And so what I did, I used to sell products from the brochure, but I also used to buy an inventory on the side, where I would sell those products besides the orders that I was getting. So the money that I would get from that inventory, the earnings that I would get from that inventory, I would use it to buy clothes. So, you know, when I saved up $100, I would go to the mall on my lunch hour. Maybe I took a few more time, and then I went there. I spent the money. It felt great. I bought shoes. Sometimes I bought stuff for the house. And my Avon earnings were used for my household, because I wasn't making enough money to support the house or my husband. So we weren't making enough money with our full-time jobs. So my Avon earnings had to go towards the house to pay for more expenses. But that money right there that I sold, it was my, you know, my thing to say, wow, I can reward myself when I do this. So, you know, think about I love everything that you put together. Some of them is emotional, like taking care of yourself. You don't know how amazing it feels when you get service from someone else instead of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
I got my working again, yeah. No, I just lost the volume. But I'm here.
So let's hear Donna, and then you know, we'll talk about how we're going to be able to achieve some of those goals for 2021, how to put them together, so you're able to visualize them and stay focused, which is the main goal for this training, to have not only a good planning, you know, good planning for 2021, but also clear goals, that you exactly know what you want, what you need to do to get them, and how you're going to get there.
Okay. I know Lenora said that she had a salon business, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have actually had my own, and I didn't tell you this, Milagros, but I'm telling you now. I actually have, I kind of let it go dormant, but I have a Native American craft business. I make dream catchers, jewelry, and yeah, and in fact, down the street, Milagros, at that market, I set up every weekend, and so I'm promoting both tables. I've got Avon on one side and my native stuff on the other, like side by side. And so I'm hoping that Avon will help to fund the other table, because good Lord willing, in the summer, I'm hoping to add a food line to the native table, selling fried bread, tacos, and burgers. I know it's going to take off because they're really tasty. They're not very healthy, but they're tasty. And so that's one of my big goals for this next year coming.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know that you have also emotional wives there. You know, I love that you're doing that, and I know it's meaningful to you. The main thing about everything that you have shared today is to write it down. So I would like for you both, and you know, whoever's listening here on the group, if you didn't get a chance to join, to do the same exercise, to set up a page where you can write down exactly what it is that you want to do. And I did it at the beginning, see, at the beginning of my journal. But I'm going to carry through these wishes. I call them wishes. I call them goals. You can call them, you know, whatever you want to call them, but they must be written down, and they must be clear, and you have to be able to review them so that your business and what you do becomes exciting. Okay?
Right.
So, for example, you talked about, you know, adding a food business to your native jewelry. So,
Right.
what is it that you're gonna do? You know, your recipes, you know, the setup, how much it's gonna take to do that. So all that you have to be able to know and visualize, and how you're gonna get those earnings. So, for example, if you need $1,000 to get it started, just a startup, then you know you want to break it down at activities. How am I going to incorporate more activities? How I'm going to put in more time into the business? Don't worry about how many customers you're getting. Don't worry about how many sales you're doing. Um, you know, your focus is to work on activities.
Okay.
And that calendar is going to show your work. So if on Monday you have this activity, and then the next day you have this activity, and then next week you're looking at your next week, and then you said, okay, maybe I need to add more time into this activity, or add a new one to be able to bring in, you know, more results, more income to what I'm doing.
Right. Okay.
Okay? And by when? If you need those $1,000, by when you want to get those $1,000, and break it down into weeks, bi-weekly, whatever it is that makes you stay focused daily. You know, you can set daily goals. Monday I'm going to save $100 from whatever it is that I earned that day. Then Tuesday, if you earn more money one day from the other, then what is it that you did differently that you can continue to do to bring in the same kind of income?
Okay.
And the same thing for you, Lenora. You have high goals. You know that I actually work with the you know, people who have insurance businesses, like they sell insurance, because you know what I like to tell them is that when they have a person say, okay, I want to get this life insurance, I need $200 a month that I don't have, but they have a business, to introduce them to Avon so that they can have an additional income to be able to pay for their life insurance, or for whatever insurance they want to get. The same thing goes for you. You know, if you're earning $500 a month, or $500 a week, or whatever it is, you have to figure out what amount you want to earn, so you can put it back into the investment market. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And all that is going to keep you motivated.
Okay.
Okay? So for 2021, you know, we all already know that we must look at what we did last year and continue to do different things this year. Try to see what it is that you did last year that you did a lot but didn't bring a lot of results that you can replace with. The other thing is to write down the things that are important to you. For example, Donna mentioned that she wants to incorporate the food business into her other business. Lenora says she wants to invest into the market. So those are your big rocks, right? And I'm going to tell you why this is important, because we have so many big rocks that we prioritize, and then we don't get not even one to work the right way. You know what I mean? So you're going to prioritize, and you're going to think about that big rock that's going to take more time than this other one. If you think that you know, your main goal is to work on investing in the market, then you have to pull down the different activities and the different income that you're going to generate to make this happen. And if that takes a lot of time, then maybe letting go some of the other things that maybe you thought was important that you rather not prioritize because this is more important to you. Okay? Like I'm gonna put it into my own perspective. Let's say that, okay, I'm gonna do a video. I'm going to upload a video on YouTube every day. Well, I know that's not realistic because I have other things going daily that is going to send me back from doing those things that are important to me to set time aside to upload a video. You see what I mean? So instead, I set up different days. I could be, you know, doing it on the same Thursday that I do my trainings, or on Wednesdays that I do my team trainings. So incorporating those days into uploading videos makes more sense than saying, okay, I'm going to do it Monday through Sunday. Okay?
Okay.
So, hi Beth, how are you? You want to say hello? You'll love Beth. She's also...
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
No video today?
Well, I'm tardy. And I'm tardy. I don't like to interrupt.
That's okay. And this is also, and you're able to see the replay on the team page. So, but I wanted you to meet Lenora. You already know Donna and your friends, and
Hi, Beth. How are you? Fine. Good.
yes, and I'm going to tag everyone on the group so you can become friends with each other.
Great.
So I'm going to give you a homework, okay? And I hope you don't disappear for the next training. But if you are not able to make it to the next training, if you can please, you know, post it on the group, what it is that you're working on. You know, I'm going to read some of the things that I wrote down for me so that you can have an idea of what my goals are for this year. So, you know, I would like to purchase another property, oceanfront. I would like to save $60,000, and this could be this year, but it could also be in the next 10 years. So don't feel like you're writing something down and you say, oh, but this is so unrealistic. There's no way I'm going to save this kind of money. Listen, you write it down. Write it down. Write that figure in your head that you want to work on. And if it doesn't happen this year, it would happen the year after. It would happen the other year. A lot of my goals have happened. Oh, there you are. A lot of my goals have happened in more than 5 years. Some of them more than 10 years. Okay? So I don't want you to get discouraged. If you write something down and it's important to you and you're not able to achieve it that year, don't worry about it. Carry it. As a matter of fact, some of these goals, I carried it from the previous years. Okay? So let me take a picture now that I have Beth here. Nice. So, you know, invest into real estate. That's my thing. We'd like to improve our home camp. Do some remodeling at home. What else? Paint the house inside out. I would like my earnings to be to get to $8,000 every 2 weeks. And I would like to reach the higher level of leadership, which is platinum executive with $315,000 in team sales every campaign.
Right.
So, you know, that's the reason. There's a lot of reasons for my professional goals, because if I'm earning more, then I'm able to achieve some of these goals. So you have to tie in what it is that you're doing into what it is that you want to achieve. Okay? So, I mean, I'm reading all this because I would like for you to feel comfortable to share your goals. And you don't have to be that specific, but I would like to feel so sure of those goals that you're writing down that you are not going to have any doubt that you're going to make them come true. Okay? So I would like to hold all of you accountable for sharing. I don't care if it's just one goal. But I would like to see a calendar. These are very inexpensive. These are like $10. I bought this one at Target. And it actually has a lot more things that the other one used to have. You know, it has like, you know, fun stuff.
That's what I was wondering. I said, okay, there are a lot of planners out there. Like, what do you recommend to have included in the planner?
There you are. Whatever works for you. Let me see your calendar, Beth.
A Walmart, like you said, I picked this up at Family Dollar, and it's really good and helpful, you know, for now and fill it up.
Very good. Some tips about that.
Don't let it go so realistic, because I've had my sales goals real low, and I guess I should double it, you know, because you probably can blow it out the water and go over that goal.
Very good.
Just saying, why set a goal that you know you really put your work in, you can reach, but take it a little higher. So I'm gonna raise a dollar amount on the goal.
Very good. I love that. Going back to Lenora's, to answer your question, get something that is notebook size.
Yeah.
Something that's durable.
But this is like notebook size.
Very good. I would prefer hardcover, but if it's not a hardcover, something that has, you know, like this is like plastic. Yeah. So this is not gonna go anywhere.
So yours is like a journal and a calendar together.
Yes.
A journal and a calendar.
Yes.
Okay.
And this little simple one that I have, surprisingly, it's like the
I'm
journal
gonna go to Family Dollar and find that one.
and the calendar at the local Family Dollar.
Really?
Yeah.
I did the same one.
I'm an Office Depot Walmart person.
I'm gonna.
So I seen this, and I'm like, wait a second. I like unicorns. I'm like, well, this is good. And I noticed it's smaller, like you said, notebook size. And the cover it's not, flimsy. It's pretty sturdy.
Very good. I'm gonna have to check it out. Look, you have unicorns too. I love it.
I know, I'm gonna get that one.
So,
They're magical.
okay, let me show you the one because this one doesn't have a lot of writing. What I do, I fill up these are my goals from last year. This is what I call brainstorming. So I brainstorm a lot. I write everything that comes to my mind. Like some of the things are crazy, okay? Like they're crazy for some people, like having $1 million in the bank. That's something that most people say, okay, that's crazy. But you know what? You never know. How about if you hit the lotto? Let me ask you. How about if you invest on the market and you get all that return? You never know. Okay? So write down crazy goals. Everybody is different. What's important to me might not be something that's important to you. But when you're doing this, do it in a quiet space. Get inspired by something that is easy in your mind. Maybe good music, maybe something that can relax you and take your mind away from what's happening in your surrounding. So, I write down things like motivation, consistency, drive, throughout my whole calendar, things that are going to get me focused for that week. See, this is another set. And I used a section of the beginning of the page that I didn't fill out. So I just started writing down things that came to my mind. Because I was using the last year, paper. This is 2019 of the year before, which I had already had a calendar. So then I scratched this October and I filled up this page. There's gonna be pages that you're not gonna fill out, and those are the pages that you're gonna use as your journal, okay, to brainstorm. So
I have told you when I had rejoined Avon in 2010, and I had seen you and your husband. I said my goal was to finally get on your team. It took 9 years, but then I should be a high performer too. So that's a goal, to be a high performer this year. But that was a goal, because you all know Avon, the system was totally different, where you had to only deal with, I could network with them, but I wasn't on their team.
yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so now that Avon has this new system, yay!
Thank you.
On their team.
Thank you. See, you're such
I'm like, I need to be on their team.
But that doesn't make you automatically successful, because I could be.
That's what I said. This year I'm on the team, but I'm sitting on the bench.
But
I need to be a performer.
you know what's gonna happen, Beth? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. It's like warming up the engine. You will know when you're ready, because it happened to me. You will know when you're ready.
Right.
And you're gonna start preparing your mind by writing down all these goals. And when you say, I'm ready, maybe you have other things that you're prioritizing now that are impeding you from going all the way. So once that happens, that idea of, when you wake up in the morning and say, I gotta make my Avon business work, I gotta make my Avon business work, it's gonna come a day when you're gonna say, you know what, this is my first day of making my Avon business work, and then you start working on something solid. And that's where my mentorship is gonna come into play. Once you start doing some of these activities that are going to generate questions, then like Donna, she's always sending me stuff through Messenger. We keep each other in touch. Like every day she sends me something. So
did you get your Christmas card?
Huh?
Did you get your Christmas card?
What, through Messenger?
No, it's through the mail.
Oh, no, not yet. I have to look.
Yeah, okay.
But thank you.
Since a girl, I sent out some this year, and even to some people that my late mom and I used to send to.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
You look about for that card. It's nothing like letters and cards.
Nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that's what you mean. That's what you mean. Just be your natural self.
Mm-hmm.
Do the that are accustomed and people know.
I love that. I love that. So you're gonna pull out this motivation from inside of you, and it all has to do with what you write down. So here's my January when I started the year, and then my calendar is completely full of activities, of things that I'm working on, areas that I'm going. But then in between, because your calendar is going to have like the daily segments that you can write on. Then look, I had another set of goals, new year, new start, 140 pounds. Guess what? I only have 7 more pounds to go for 140. But look how long it took me. But look how long it took me. It took me from not this year. I carried this goal through the previous years. So I would like for you guys to not get discouraged by what you write down, because eventually when your mindset and the time, and I call it, a lot of time I call it God's time. Everything to me is on God's time. When he wants me to go for something, he tells me, okay, this is the time. And I get signals, somehow I get the motivation, and somehow I know I'm ready because he told me that I was ready. So make sure that you are ready, but the only way you're going to be ready is when you write it down. You write it down, and then you plan your year. Make sure that your goals are clear, and the way that your goals are clear is how much money are you going to earn from those goals? What are you going to do, meaning what activities, and how you're going to get there with a calendar, with something that you have already established, with a schedule that you get up in the morning and you already know, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to go work out, and then I'm going to go do this. Then when I come back, I'm going to go do this. For those of you who have a full-time job, make sure that you incorporate your full-time job into your calendar. Or like Donna helps one of her friends to get around in the house. Make sure that you're not taking out, like if you tell your friend, okay, I'm going to be there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that you're not there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Friday because she told you she needed you. Just make sure that if you say, okay, I'm going to be with you, and it's just an example, I'm going to be with you from this time to this time, that you're disciplined enough after this time to get up and go and continue your day. Okay?
Right.
So, any questions?
No.
Okay. So, thank you so much. Remember, the key is to write it down. Work your plan. Set goals that, you know, have meaningful, a special feeling for you and a financial feeling at the same time, so that you can stay motivated, because it's working for yourself is going to have a lot of ups and downs, and most people are not willing to stay in the game. I call it stay in the game, because they think that they're never going to be able to achieve it. But I'm here to tell you that if you feel like you're falling back, pick yourself up, open your calendar and look at your goals, and you say, I am not going to let this happen to me, because. So commit yourself. There's times when you're down, recommit yourself and make sure that you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how much I want to earn. These are the sales that I'm going to have. And it all has to do with how many contacts and activities and things you're doing every day consistently. Even if it's just one person or one extra person that you're reaching out or contacting, make sure that it's new business that you're always adding on to your daily activities.
Okay.
Okay?
And I just wanted to say quickly that, you know that you wanted me to do a Facebook page thing? I got that made. So, I know.
I started mine, but it's not all the way up, but I started.
If you have any questions about how to set it up, please let me know. Beth has a group also that she posts a lot of things with her friends and who are there. So if you wanna, also set up a group where people can come and join the group, and then you can do videos there or post, post different things. You can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yep.
Thank you so much. And I will see you
Thank you.
next Wednesday, same time. Thank you for
Okay.
joining me. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye everyone. I hope this training helped you set your goals for 2021. I will see you in the next video in Spanish. Bye.